Okay, good afternoon. We'll start about a section about dynamic block. To create a dynamic block, first we need to create a normal block, and then we need to add the parameters and other editing functions into that. For example, here I created a block named dyn and underscore rec. If you go inside the block, you can see the block editor tab palette. So what are the main things inside the block editor palette? Here edit the block, then save the block, and if you want to save us, here you can save us the block, and you can give a new name, or you can save us the drawing as well. Okay. Then test the block. So inside here you can just test the block, all the functions are working properly or not. If you finish the testing, you can just close, so it will close that drawing file. Actually, when you give a tester block, it will create a temp file, like a temporary cat file, to do the testing. This is a test block window. Okay. Then constraints. If you want to talk about constraint, you can give the auto constraint. So if you select the object and give auto constraint, it will automatically assign the type of constraint to that object. So constraints are already mentioned over here. What are the constraints we can give? For example, if you want to give a coincident, so once you move the arrow to there, it will show a highlighted view and a small description about what are the constraints means. Okay, constraint two pieces to constant or point. Okay, then collinear, eccentric, fix the position, parallel or perpendicular, horizontal, vertical, tangent, smooth, and symmetric or equals. Then here, if you want hide or show, this is some properties are there. Then dimensional properties. If you want to set some dimensional properties, so whatever you see, the d1, d2, d3, d4, these all dimension properties only. And there are linear, horizontal, and vertical. So linear. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll create a new file. Open. Now first of all, we needed two rectangles, not two, three rectangles and four circles with a center line. Now type rectangle command, just make a rectangle with some dimension. I can give maybe 400 into 400. Okay, I would like to keep this in 0, 0, so mid between 2 points, or just you can see that icon, it will select only 0, 0 position. Just move the object with the center point, then just offset, give 100. Okay, just again, not 100, just again 25. Okay, now three rectangles are ready. Now we need to assign the center line. For that, in our version of Autocad, you can go to directly annotate. You can see here center line marks. So click center line, select to endpoint, it will insert center line again. Okay, now that center line is not visible, so you can change the LT scale. 15. No, LT scale 25. Either you can select these two center lines, Ctrl 1. Here also you can change the LT scale 2.5. Now you can see easily that extension is not going after this. If you want to give some extension, start and end extensions are available here. Change the value 2.5. Now it's so small. Sorry, that is start and extension. End extension 2.5. Give 15. Okay, it's pretty good. Now center line is ready, and now we are about to make the block name. Just click block, select objects, click this 0, 0, dyn underscore rec rectangle. Okay, so we created the block. Now we'll go inside the block, and now we need to assign the parameters. Okay, first of all, if you want to try some auto constraints, you can select, then select all the object, just enter. It will create some auto constraints, and our main attention, the center line should be fixed. So what I will do, I will select the fix, click the center line fixed, and this center line fixed. Okay, now the third one, we need to give some linear parameters for changing the dimension of the rectangle. So I given one, and second one is this. Okay, before doing for all the rectangles, we'll try about one. Now these things are parallel, all parallel, and I need to make it symmetric as well, because if I give some value, should be equal to the both center line. For that I will come for symmetric, select this one, select the last line, and symmetric for center line. Same way, select first line, second one, symmetric of the center line. The constraint cannot be applied, conflict with existing constraint, must be over constraint in the geometry. Okay, so some extra constraints are there, so maybe first we'll try, just close block editor, save. Okay, now we'll try to change this and change this. No, it's not moving. So Ctrl Z, and I want to delete all the constraint. I just delete, enter. So we'll go with manual option, fix this line, fix this line, we fixed. Now we need to be symmetric and perpendicular, and it's perpendicular, vertical and vertical. Now give it symmetric. Okay, this and symmetric to the center. Last one, symmetric to the center. Now I will give a linear one. Again one more linear. Okay, now we'll try to test this. If you want directly starts from here, you give test block. This script I will try a search. Yes, it's going. Very good. It's working very perfectly. And if you want to give the dimension from custom option, you can give the direct dimension, give 200 and 200, or try 1000 and 1000. Okay, so this one is working very fine. I can close the text box, just save. So I didn't save the drawing actually, so we can save as the drawing, because in some time if you go some crashing desktop, dynamic block study. Yes. Okay, now we'll see how we can add to the block property table. You can select any point, just give value 1, enter. First of all, if you click the plus button, it will show the parameter properties. It is dimensional parameter properties, it is already defined inside it. And if you want to give a user parameter, you should click this one and define the name. So I'll give footing type, FTN type for short. Value I will give F1 and make it string. Okay, so I'll make F1 or type 1, make it caps, type 1, type 2, type 3, and add this dimensional parameters. So now we can define the dimension for each type. First type 500, second one 500, 750, third one 750, 500. Oh. Okay, just close and save. So now once you come, you will see a drop down button like some small grip over here. From there we can see the foundation type, and if you want to see the property table, click it here, so you will easy to see the dimensions. If you are not aware, okay, what is that dimension 1 and dimension 2, just double click, so it will change either, or you can from the type from here also, type 1, type 2 and type 3. Okay, now if you want to change from here, again keep 600, this will go, again to keep 1000. So now you just check the dimension, and okay, sorry, I need to change the dimension scale, just dim scale, or properly set the dimensions. Linear, okay, 1000, because inside our properties we have only 3 types, and that 3 types we are not added any 1000 and 600. If you want to change it, you can use with the grips or somewhere here like 1000 and 600. Click it here, 800, okay, 800. If you are defining everything into the block property table, then no need to change by grip or this one. You can just simply select the type of the foundation type. Okay, now we need to change the footing, then the base plate. So now we'll go inside the block again. Okay, if you don't want to use the grip for this one, select both of the object, then here you can see the grips. If you want 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, these 3 options are there. If you keep 2, both side you can stretch. If you want one side, 0 means no grips. Okay, now we need to go for the footing. So repeat the same constraints whatever you done for this. You can give vertical, then horizontal, and the symmetric. Now we need to give the dimensions. Go for the linear one, D3, again linear, D4. Okay, now the same thing, if you want to again add to the block property table, you can go double click the block property table, click the plus function, parameter, click, select both of it, and then you need to provide the dimensions. So this 500 we kept, maybe we can go for 300, 300. So 300, again 750 minus 1, 250, 300 means 550 or 500, 500, then 350. Okay. So now we'll turn off the grips. Make it 0, then test the block. Check type 2, see now the footing size also changing. Type 3, now only the last one, base plate, then the bolt holes. So okay, go to type 1, type 2, type 3. Okay, just close the block editor. So mostly we need to repeat the same. Same here. Symmetric, and 2 dimensions.